actually come about by their ability to adapt rapidly to changing situations, then the natural process of survival of the fittest ensures that the best adapted prosper, so that in the end they really do seem to lie in wait for a suitable host and then jump, attack, invade, and target. Although these descriptions seem apt and are frequently used in the text of this book to illustrate the lives of microbes, in reality, microbes are not capable of malice aforethought. Wherever possible, the scientific terms used in the book are defined in the text. Introduction. When SARS first hit an unsuspecting world in 2003, the press had no need to dramatize or embellish. The true story certainly rivaled any modern thriller, with a mysterious killer virus on the loose in southern China, innocently carried in a human incubator to its international launch pad in Hong Kong. From there, the virus jetted round the world, infecting over 8,000 people in 27 countries. 800 people died before the virus was eventually brought under control 4 months later. The whole alarming episode began in November 2002 with an outbreak of an untreatable atypical pneumonia in the city of Foshan in Guangdong Province, China, and by January 2003 similar cases were turning up in Guangdong's capital city, Guangzhou. The virus was probably transported there by a travelling seafood merchant who was admitted to the city's hospital and sparked a major outbreak there. By the time the World Health Organization, WHO, got to hear about it just 3 months after the start of the epidemic, there had been 302 cases and at least 5 deaths, too late to stop it snowballing out of control. At first, the microbe spread only locally within China, but in February 2003, after a 65-year-old doctor who worked in a hospital in Guangzhou arrived in Hong Kong to attend a wedding, it went global. The doctor checked into room 911 on the 9th floor of the Metropole Hotel, and by the time he was admitted to hospital 24 hours later, he had infected at least 17 others in the hotel. These people then departed to their various destinations, carrying the virus with them to 5 separate countries and spawning major epidemics in Vietnam, Singapore, and Canada. The chain of infection widened as they passed the virus on in hospitals, clinics, hotels, workplaces, homes, trains, taxis, and aeroplanes. A single virus-carrying passenger on one flight infected 22 of the 119 other travellers. SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, begins with a flu-like illness, but instead of improving after a week or so, it progresses to pneumonia. Sufferers feel feverish and increasingly breathless, with a persistent cough, as the virus colonizes the air sacs of the lungs, damaging their delicate lining and filling them with fluid. By the time they seek medical help, many are fighting for breath and are immediately shipped to intensive care units for mechanical ventilation. The cough generates a spray of tiny virus-laden mucus droplets, so anyone in the vicinity is in danger of picking up the infection. Family members are at high risk, and before the danger was appreciated, many healthcare workers were among the casualties after struggling to save lives by clearing airways, artificially ventilating and resuscitating patients. A young Hong Kong resident who visited a friend at the Metropole Hotel on the day the SARS-infected doctor was in residence was later admitted to Hong Kong's Prince of Wales Hospital, where he started an outbreak among doctors, nurses, students, patients, visitors, and relatives that eventually resulted in 100 cases. One of these carried the virus to Amoy Gardens, a private housing estate in Hong Kong, where it spread like wildfire. Over 300 people on the estate